Hey friends, how are you? Hope you're well and welcome to episode 8 of A Book and a Bake. So, this this book and a bake was actually very easy to pick because the book I'm about to talk to you about had recipes in at the back of it. So it was a no-brainer as to which one to choose. So as you'll have seen from the previous slide, the book I'm going to talk to you about is Two Parts Sugar, One Part Murder by Valerie Burns. Now this is a new series by her. She already has two out. There's the Bookshop Mystery series, and then there's a dog cozy mystery series as well. She writes those under the name VM Burns. I love the Bookshop Mystery series. It's just so good. So I was really keen to try this one out. This book comes out, as you'll have seen, on the 30th of August, and it is published by Kensington Books. So I'd like to thank Kensington, NetGalley and Valerie herself for the e-arc of this copy. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I absolutely adored this book. It was great. So we meet Maddie. Now Maddie is, I think we have to call her a social media influencer. And her life is going along really well, planning this fantastic wedding that's going to be streamed live until the groom is a no-show on the wedding day. You know, there are all these people in the church, everything is being streamed live, and he is a no-show. She is absolutely devastated, and she needs somewhere to lick her wounds, basically. But she inherits her great aunt's house and her great aunt's bakery, plus an English Mastiff named Baby, and they all are in New Bison, which is on the shores of Lake Michigan. So, what better place to go and lick her wounds than, in her aunt's house? Her father he's very high up in the American, I think it's either the army or the navy, and he's like, you come back here, you can't do anything on your own, you're useless, blah blah blah. But she's like, no, I'm staying. And one thing about running a bakery, you need to be able to bake. Maddie can't bake. It's not one of her skills. But the friends of her great aunts help her out. There are two of them that definitely bake, and they are more than happy to continue baking. And she actually enjoys their company, and she's beginning to learn to bake herself, and also how to run the bakery. One of the ladies that she makes friends with also has dementia, and she's good for a wee while, and then suddenly she'll go blank, and it's like, right, you need to go and lie down. And it seems to be that she goes for a lie down, and then she comes back, and she's more able, as it were. Maddie also makes friends with the other owners in town, and actually uses her platform as a social media influencer to help them out, and helps them get more customers, whether that be online or visiting the shop as well, which was really good. She's actually putting her influencing to a good use. However, one day the town's mayor is found murdered in her bakery, and Maddie's prints are found on the murder weapon, so it makes her a suspect. But her great aunt had a group of friends which were called the Baker Street Irregulars, who were just all her friends who came together to help solve things that were happening within the town. And they come together and help Maddie investigate the murder. And also she finds out during this time that her aunt had left her a couple of videos. Her aunt had been suspicious that there was funny things happening within the town with new sort of possible condo developments, etc. And she was like, there is something going on here that I don't know what it is, but I know that you can work it out. So there's that side of the story as well. And that really, the great aunt, even though she had don't think she met Maddie when she was younger, but hadn't met her as an adult. But she had a lot of faith in her that really helped to boost Maddie's, self-esteem. So that is the premise of this book. I'm not going to say any more because I really don't want to spoil it, but I really liked Maddie as a character. I liked seeing her growth. I liked seeing her become more independent, and I also liked seeing the fact that she used her talents on social media to help others. Not just create her own following, but was doing things for other people as well. I really, really liked that. There was a couple of characters in it when the murder happened. I was like, I'm not sure about you, and I'm not sure about you. I kind of twigged what was going on, but I wasn't 100% sure that it was one or other of the two suspects. I really loved the setting. I loved, a bakery. That's going to be as one of my buzzwords. And also inheriting a house, or having to inherit and do up a house. Those are another one of my buzzwords. So I really loved this. I liked the pacing of the plot. It was really, really good. I liked the interplay between all the characters. It was like there are two characters in particular, and it's like, well, they fancy each other, but they've never done anything about it. But Maddie kind of gives them a little nudge, and I think that was really, really nice. It was really well done, and the other characters were sort of seeing things that Maddie didn't see, and just the way that the irregulars came together and were there for each other, and wanted to help Maddie as much as possible to clear her name. It was a great start to a new series, and it's one that I will definitely be continuing on with, because I just enjoyed it so much. So as I say, this was a really easy one because of the recipes in the back. So if you continue watching, you'll see which recipe I chose and how it turned out. But I hope you've enjoyed my little review. I can't remember, I know I've done the video for the baking part, but I can't remember what I said at the end. But if you're going to read this book, please let me know. I would love to know what you think about it. And if you think you might make the recipe that I made, I would love to know what you think about that as well. Okay friends, go and enjoy the baking part. Bye. Welcome to the bake part. So yes, we're making lemon zucchini bread from the recipe that was in the book. So I've got everything laid out. I haven't started it yet. I'm not going to let you see the recipe because, as I say, it's inside the book, so for copyright reasons I can't. But yeah, I've got my ingredients kind of laid out. I haven't started measuring or anything. I will start to do so, but I'll flip the camera around to let you see what I've got. Okay, we've got plain flour, bicarbonate of soda, baking powder, half spoon sugar. This is the sugar I use when I'm baking because it's better from, it means you get half the sugar from, mom's diabetes. Salt, lemon juice, an egg, lemon for lemon zest, some cooking oil, and some zucchini courgettes. So I will weigh out the dry ingredients first because that's going to be simpler, and then I will do with the wet ingredients I need to kind of grate said zucchini. So yeah, I'll get all of that done, but once I get everything weighed out, I'll talk you through the next step. Okay, in this bowl I've got the zucchini, an egg, sugar, cooking oil, lemon juice and lemon zest. And in here I've got flour, baking soda, baking powder and salt. So I now combine the two, and I'm just using this loaf pan with one of these pre-cut for you tin liners because it just saves an awful lot of faff and hassle. So I'm going to mix the two together and pour it into here. So I'm just stirring it. I'm not sort of doing anything fancy. I'm just going to stir it around. It says till just combines, so it's going to be easier for me to do this with two hands, and then I'll let you see what just combined looks like. But that's what it's looking like at the moment. Okay, that's it just combined. There will still be bits of flour showing, but I don't mind that. It'll mix in as it bakes, but it does smell nice and lemony, I have to say. So I'm just going to use a spoon to put it in here, because if I tried to pour it, then it would be all over the kitchen and all over. I'm not in the mood for that today. So I'm just going to be very gentle and spoon it in and sort of smooth it down. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do next. Just to let you see the consistency, it is quite thick. So that's the kind of consistency I've got with mine. Which hopefully that's what it's supposed to look like, but we'll find out. Okay, that's all the mixture into the container. I'm just going to try and just slightly level it off, but I don't think I can actually. And then, as you can see, the bowl, I just absolutely scooped it clean, you know, with a spatula. So yeah, so now this goes in a 180 degree oven, 180 degree C oven, or a 350 for 45 to 50 minutes. So we'll see what it looks like when it comes out. Right, the zucchini bread is out of the oven, and I've let it cool for 15 minutes in the tin, and I've taken it out, but it looks nice. So what I'm doing now is I have some powdered sugar in here and some lemon juice. I'm just going to make up a glaze and pour it over. So I've got half a cup of powdered sugar in here. I'm going to add to it 1 teaspoon of lemon juice and just whisk that together. So as you can see, it's kind of clumping together. I'm just going to add a wee bit more, just a wee splash, because I don't want this to be a thick glaze. I want it to be quite runny, so I need to use both hands because I'm just going to keep going into this. But I'll let you see what the glaze looks like in the end. Okay, I've added more, so it's actually a tablespoon of lemon juice you're to add. So by the time I've added the wee pieces that I did, so that's what it's like. I'm just going to let that. And just spoon that over the cake. As you see, I just kind of spooned it over and spread it out a bit, and it will probably, some of it will soak in, which is fine. Which is going to add an even more lemony taste to this. But when we try it, I will let you know our thoughts. But it looks tasty at the moment. Okay, I've cut it because we're about to have some for afternoon tea, but that's what it looks like. I really like the texture of it. It's nice and loose, so that's going to be good. But hopefully it will taste very nice. Right, Dad? What do you think? Uh-huh.
Moist cake.
Like it?
Yes.
Right, Martin, what do you think?
Nice and light. Like the crunchy outside.
Yeah. Okay, so do you want to know what it is? It's lemon zucchini cake.
It's got zucchini.
Courgette, so it's good for you. It's vegetables.
No flour.
There's flour, yeah, but there you go. Good.
No sugar.
I'll tell you in a minute. Okay.
Is that your thought?
That is nice. That is very, very light. No.
Just a plastic cover.
Very, very nice, very light, very moist. Really nice. Like it. So, it's a
Keep
keeper.
baking them, Fiona.
It's a keeper.